Hello and welcome back to Amá CONVERSA. How are you doing today?
Hello, Marisa. How are you? I am doing great.
Very good.
I thank you so much for the invitation. It's a great pleasure to be with you again.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
It's been 20 months since the last show, so I'm so excited to connect with you and see what you've been up to. For everyone listening, this is Joe Fagundes. He is from the East Bay right now. He's camping, as you can see. He's camping, enjoying his summer vacation with his family. And today we're just going to talk a casual conversation and see what you've been up to. Last time we talked, the world was a lot different place. We were in 2021 and we were during the pandemic. And a lot of the time, Senhor Fagundes was doing videos online of his music with his accordion. And we got to see a lot of that during the pandemic. Can you talk a little bit what has happened since then?
Well, it's amazing. Sometimes the pandemic, it's a pain. It brings a lot of bad things, but also brought up, I mean, to me, it brought up some good things, which is for gave me the courage to post some videos of me playing the accordion with very simple songs, as you all know. But I since the pandemic, it's been over 3 years now that I've been recording a simple song every week. I haven't missed a week yet. So it's
that is insane. That's a big accomplishment. Wow.
Which if it wouldn't be for the pandemic, I would never had the courage to do that.
You know what? But I agree with you.
I thank you so much for all the people that have been supporting me on a weekly basis. It's been amazing of how many people have been following me with just sample songs, and I've been enjoying very, very much. And again, I can't thank all these people enough for the encouragement and people like you that I have been. Some radio stations been taking my music and not my music, but me playing, I should say, and playing on their radios, like the program from well, yours was the very first one, actually.
Yeah,
I had to interview one.
You did play. You played the accordion live on the episode. That's right.
Yes, that was awesome. And you were the first one. I was not even which. Even today, I'm not even ready for doing interviews, but at the time, I had no clue whatsoever. I was very shy, but I guess over the time, you kind of lose that, you loosen up a little bit, which then now Paul Mutch puts my recordings on his program. Eclipse Alvarez puts my music on his program, on the program of the Vozes Açores. Also in Ilha Terceira, o Sr. Rocha, Hilberto Rocha, puts it on his program on the Rádio Vozes Açores.
Yes.
And the support just been fantastic. I mean, I just get so much support. It's unbelievable. So it's been great. It's been fantastic. Another thing that I did this year was I had invitations to go play in Carnival in Ilha Terceira.
Yeah,
there was I have no words to describe it. I had no words to describe it. It's been I've been going to the Zillies every once in a while, every 2 years, whatever, sometimes every year, but I never went back for 45 years. Never went back to the Terceira for Carnival.
And wow.
And to be invited for 3 groups, actually, unfortunately, I can only make one, and I had to choose to go for the very first one that invited me, which it was awesome group. The group called the Mulheres do Juncal, group of ladies. We had, such a great group, very, very happy group. Group. It was just, like I said, it's hard to describe it in words. And to go from hall, we in 4 days we hit 23 halls. In 4 days.
Jesus!
It was awesome. It was totally awesome. And then to perform and my town of Sojeta,
Yeah.
it was like it was out of this world. It
It
was
was
really out of this
surreal. It
world.
was surreal. Like, am I even here? Is this happening to me right
Exactly. We felt like a dream.
now?
It felt
Yeah.
like a dream, and then see some of my family there, and a lot of my friends there, and yeah, it's amazing. Even throughout the island, having people come up to me saying that they follow me on my music, and which it's so many people that I can memorize everybody, and we always listen to your videos, we always comment on your videos, and it was just amazing how many people would come up to me and encourage me with that. It was just amazing. But that was one of the things too that it happened this year, that I was very it was totally awesome. It was totally awesome.
Yes, yes. And that is very amazing. These 3 years have been phenomenal for you, music. But like you said, if you didn't have the pandemic, you would have never had the time nor the courage to try to do something different, to put your videos online, to do radios, to do things like that, interviews. I know sometimes can be uncomfortable. But honestly speaking, there really isn't too many people in our community that are like you. If I can say, there's only one Joe Fagundes, and you have a very nice personality, and that kind of personality, I'm not trying to say that others don't have a nice personality, but it's a little bit harder to find and a little bit more rare to find within our community, especially with very talented musicians and people. That's just the way it is. But you have a very unique personality, and I love that. You're very nice, you're very humble. But like you said, in the beginning, you were a little bit nervous, right? A little bit shy. And now, during these 3 years, you've had a little bit more courage and a little bit more encouragement from our community and from people that follow you and love your music. But you make people's day. They look forward to your videos, and they also love the consistency. Since you've been doing it every week since then, they feel a connection to you, and they look forward to that. It's something they look forward to, and that is something that you should give yourself a pat on the back too. And it's a very big accomplishment, because sometimes people do things and then they only do it for a certain amount of time, they get tired, or they don't want to do it anymore, and they give up. But sometimes people need that consistency in their lives to feel secure, right? To feel secure. So another thing that happened in Terceta while you were there, I saw a beautiful video that you did inside of the church, and I believe it was in Sojeta, right?
Yes.
Can you talk a little bit about that, because that was so beautiful. Wow.
That video, that video was it was amazing. That I took the accordion. I borrowed accordion from my friend Emmanuel, and we went to church. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to talk about it.
Oh,
it was so. It
I'm
was
sorry.
so
I'm sorry I did that to you.
No, that is fine. I'm kind of an emotional person.
Yeah.
But it was. I start playing a song in there, and that church has the beautiful acoustic sound, and I just melted. I just couldn't go on. And I had my nephew, his wife, and my wife. It was only the four of us in church, and it took me a few minutes to kind of calm down and do that video. And I finally did it, not perfectly, but I finally did it. And it's amazing that it went almost, I think right now, like 45,000 views on 49,000 views.
Whoa, dude,
and
that's crazy.
Yes.
Oh my God.
If you know about the video that one person brought to my attention, was it was just too bad, which I didn't even think about that at the time. It was just that I was not dressed properly. I was
in the church, you were wearing like
in church
a sweatpants, right?
With shorts and a
t-shirt. Yeah.
which I do.
You're so American, dude. You're so American.
I do appreciate it that one person had the courage to let me know that unfortunately I didn't think about that. That would have been that would have been a lot better if I would dress up for the occasion, which I didn't
Aw.
think about at the time. But I do appreciate, you know, in those are the things sometimes is the construction, a constructive
Yes, constructive
critic.
criticism. Yeah.
Exactly, that you think, oh, it's a negative. No, it's not negative. It's a construction. So next time
Absolutely.
you do something like that, gives you something to think about it and become better.
Yes. Yes.
And I do appreciate a lot of the constructive
Criticism.
criticism. Yes, is
Yeah.
very helpful. You
Yes.
which on my videos I've been grateful that it's been all positive. Well, with exception of maybe a little percentage. You know, for example, I had a couple of comments in all these 3 years that a person tells me, man, we really appreciate, we look to forward your videos every week. And I got to be honest with you, it's not how you play, because we know that you have a hard time to play it because you don't have your fingers pushed in the right position. But
Oh.
we really appreciate that that you play the simple songs, which is very hard to find, where you see all these professionals where
Yes.
they play the same song, but they put so much music in it, make
Yeah.
it so confusing. It
Extra
sounds great,
things, right?
but extra things, and
Yeah.
you play it so simple that we love to hear it.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and again, it's one of those things that it's, to me, it's awesome, because that's all I know how to play. But to have a comment like that they do appreciate, and they know what I can do and appreciate what I'm doing, that is totally awesome.
Yeah.
And but like I said, 99.9% of the comments, all comments, it's a matter of fact, it was a couple of times that I was not around the house, or I didn't take my accordion camping, and I did the recordings when I got home from camping, and it was already late last Sunday afternoon, and I had quite a few messages asking.
Where's your video?
No, if everything was okay. Is everything
Oh.
okay? Is everything okay? Quite a few messages, like knowing that, to check on me, see if everything was okay, which is totally amazing. Totally amazing.
Yes. And you know what? That reminds me, because when I did have the radio show, you were one of my biggest supporters. You would listen to the show regardless of what was going on. You would listen to my show and you would tell me, hey, good show today, or hey, I liked this about it, or hey, and I was like, Joe.
Well, I missed that. I missed that because I have, while I work, I have my I'm listening to music all the time, or talk shows, whatever, and I have that time. And so you would come up after another show, another from a show from the Zielish, from actually era programa, which ainda programa do the Rádio Voz dos Açores, and you would come right after. So I was so used to that, I would just change it to the radio station to your ad, and I would just continue listening, working and listening. And then when you said, "Oh, this is my," I like, oh my God, you get so used to that, and you have your people that you interview. It's one thing you find out a lot of these people that you didn't, you seen their pictures, you seen them in life, some of them, and you didn't know what was behind the scenes with these people. And it's so great when you ask them these questions, and when ask them where these people coming from, and you miss that. All of a sudden, you're like, well, you cut it off. You're like, what? What am I going to do with this hour now? And then of course, the mix of your music with the modern music and the fudge, it was a great hour. So I'm so glad and happy that you're back.
Oh, thank you, Joe. Thank you.
Like me, I'm sure there's thousands of people that are so glad.
Oh, thousands. I don't know about that.
Welcome back.
Well, thank you. That's so sweet. I did have a lot of fun. And like you said, it was very interesting at the time, connecting with people. Sometimes you just see a photo or you see them on Facebook, but you never get to talk to them. And a lot of these people are still my friends today, and we became friends because of the show. So it's been a really good blessing, the show. And like you said, you get used to it. So that's why I commend you for keeping on with your music and being there for your fans, because you just get used to it, you love it, you look forward to it, you want more. And a lot of people during the time, they did come to me and tell me that they did love the show and what happened. I want it back. We started with twice a week, right? And then we did that for the first 3 or 4 months. And then after that, we went to every week instead of twice a week, was once a week. And then we accumulated 50 episodes, which all of them are very unique and all of them are very cool. New people.
Very, very, yes.
Thank you. Sometimes we have them come again twice, but mostly it was all new people. And then for this season, what I want to do like how we're doing today, where we do catch up with some, but then I will have some new people that have never been on the show before too. So it's kind of cool to see what people have been doing, where they came from before and what they're doing now. And if anyone has a chance, please go back onto YouTube and check out Joe Fagundes' episode the first time around. It's a really, really, really good episode. He plays live. And like he said, it was his first live online performance on a radio. So it's really cool to see. And Joe, every time that we are going to meet now on the show, we're going to end with a quote. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. It could just be a positive mantra of the day that you think of. It could be like, que sera, for example. A lot of people say that, just like my father. He always says, it is what it is. And I always mention that too. Is there anything that you go by in your day-to-day? Like, just keep going? Is there anything that pops up in your head, like when you're frustrated or mad? Is there anything positive you can leave for the people here today?
Yes, I always, there's two things actually, but one thing that I've been doing this for years since my daughters were little. And I would drop them at school. And I would still say this to this day. When I drop my grandkids at school, sometimes I have a chance to do that. Or even with my kids, even I post it sometimes for my family. It's a great day to be the best you can be. And then I end up with yes, indeed. And they would say, yes, indeed, yes, indeed.
Yes, indeed, yes, indeed. And it's a good day, huh? Oh, I love
it. But it's been years that I have been saying that. And I learned that with one of the teachers of my oldest daughter's school, which she would open up by saying, it's a great day to be the best you can be. And at the time, I thought, man, what a great way to start the day. And since then, it's been over 30 years now that I've been saying that. And
oh my God, it's a great day to be the best you can be.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, indeed. You know what? I'll pass that on to my daughters.
One of the things that I like to say is, which I have, actually, I got to say this. Back in the days, my dad or my mom, we used to, walk down the street where our daily lives, and we go by another friends. My dad, he always use, they didn't have much time to be chatting every day. And so they would just say, I just soothe. They would just go by, I just soothe.
You always do say that.
Yeah, and I kind of lost that a little bit. And then by listening to one of the radio programs, which Senor Euclides Alvarez, I was listening to his program one of the first times that I started listening, and he said that, like, oh my God, it's been years since I said it, and like, man, I don't want to lose that. And now it's one of the things that I always say, which our health is the most important thing in our lives.
Yes.
And I want to make sure we don't forget that. And so I thought, man, this is awesome, and it's very honest. Is Aja Saud.
Aja Saud, yes, of course.
Yes.
You always end everything saying Aja Saud. That's what I definitely noticed about you. Kind of like how I try to end everything with Juiz na Cabeça is almost like the same type of thing, right? Aja Saud.
Juiz na Cabeça, oh, very important, yes.
Very important and very Portuguese, right? So on that note, I'm going to leave you with one more quote. This is a quote from my grandma, okay? And I'm sure you've heard it all the time in the Portuguese community. Cas faz, cas paga. It is true. It is so true. Karma is real. I am so scared of karma. I am like literally scared of karma. I've definitely had my share of karma, definitely. So I try to always live my life, you know, the best and genuine and good way that I can, so that I have the good karma. So
You
kasva.
know, one of the main things that I took from my parents, especially from my mom, when I was a younger age, was if you don't have nothing to say about someone, don't say anything at all. You know, and always kept with me, which I'm not perfect. You know, I'm not perfect, but you try to. A lot of times, you know, with conversations with people that sometimes you don't know as well, and you hear something that is not so happy, that is not so, and you feel so much like comment on it, or, but
Yeah, yeah.
you always keep that in mind. With my mom, if you don't have nothing to say, nothing good to say, just keep your mouth shut.
Yes. Oh my God, that is
And
the best
always
advice.
taking that with me, which I have heard and probably has happened to me, is that karma, she's not very nice.
No, 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 no. And she's
So
ready.
you know,
She
so,
comes at the perfect times, right? But that is
yes, yeah.
that
But
is
something that I always keep in mind, and you know, maybe to remind of someone that hasn't thought about it many times, is if you don't have some nice to say, then please don't say anything at all.
I think more people need to hear that, because sometimes we have our own feelings and opinions. It doesn't always have to be voiced. It doesn't always have to be projected, okay? We have a mind, we can think for ourselves, but if it's bad, like you said, it doesn't need necessarily to be projected. We don't need to say it. You could think it to yourself, or you could tell it to you know, your wife or your husband or something like that. But like I said, if you have nothing good to say, definitely don't say it. And I think a lot of people in our community need to hear that and need to know that, because there are things that I see that is just like, what's going on here? This is not good. Not even 1% good. And anything that we do, anything that we put out, it should be good, or at least beneficial to somebody. But come on, we need
I
to be careful with the kind of
I gotta share this. Once I was a little kid, I can't remember what age, whatever. We were someplace, and it was kind of an argument kind of thing with some people, and my mom says, "Well, cada oferece o que tem." You know, it's saying that anybody offers what they have.
yes,
You know,
yes.
and I'm like, after that, I asked my mom, but they were not offering anything. She said, "You know, son, someday you'll understand what I'm talking about."
Oh
That's all
my
she.
God, your mom was such a smart lady. I can't believe
And, and
that.
and she couldn't explain. So now I know. Years later, like, wow, now I understand what she meant.
Yeah,
Finally, I understand what she meant.
she
You
was
know,
a little smart one, huh?
cada oferece o que tem. And you know, if that's all you got to offer, that's all you got to offer. Unfortunately, you know,
That is funny.
that's something that you always. Finally, after a few years, I was able to understand it. You know.
Oh my God. So what happened to the people after she said that? They just looked at her like, hmm.
Well, no, she didn't. She didn't say to the people. She come
Oh, okay,
with.
she said it to
She
you.
come. She come with her sister that was next to her, and she
Ah.
commented that to her sister, and I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't see him offering anything, you know. But it
Yeah.
took me, I don't know how many years, but I know it was a lot of years later where I finally understood what she meant.
Oh my God, that is so funny.
Sometimes it takes you some time to realize what
Of
what they did.
course. God bless your mom. That is
Yes, yes.
hilarious. That is hilarious. Well, thank you so much, Joe. I hope you have the rest of your Sunday is blessed, and continue having fun on your camping. Sorry to interrupt, but it was an amazing, amazing conversation, checking up on you and catching up with you. And anytime you want to come back, as portas estão abertas.
I thank you so much. I really thank you so much for thinking of me, to take your time for this, and inviting me. That's just I don't have no words. I thank you so much, and so grateful that you come back with your show, because it's going to be great. It's going to be another great. I can't wait to hear from all the people and the new people that you interview that I get to know. It's just that you get to know these people through you, and it just and again, you know, we became friends through this, and I really thank you so much, and that I just hope.
Continue being the best you that you can be. Today is a good day to be the best you, right?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Well, thank you. Have a good day. Bye.
Thank you so much. You have a good day. Bye-bye.
Thank you.